Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and very good episode of Star Trek Prodigy, which actually dropped a few days ago on Thursday. I was at the movies on Thursday night, did not get back till super late, and I have been super swamped this weekend with both the holiday of Thanksgiving and house sitting as well. I finally got back home not too long ago, and I just finished watching the latest episode. Really enjoyed it. So now I'm ready to talk about it. Thank you for bearing with me, and I do apologize for the delay. But yeah, let's talk about this greatest mind-bending episode of Prodigy. Now, as usual, if you're not caught up on the show, if you're not caught up on Star Trek Prodigy by this episode, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, spoilers starting now. Okay, so bit of a bombshell in this episode. Well, a couple of them. Turns out, and this was kind of a bummer because I was looking forward to an eventual reunion scene between Dal and his parents. It turns out he is a genetic experiment. He was created in a lab, and I think by Dr. Sung Noon. Is that the same guy who built Data? I feel like it is. Maybe not. Or is it? Yes? No. Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy who built Data. Apparently, Dal has been created using human DNA combined with a ton of other alien species DNA, including Vulcans and probably other members of the Federation and whatnot. So I guess because this geneticist on the starport that they were docked at while trying to get parts for their ship was able to tell him exactly what he was or where he comes from, or in this case, just what he is. And it's kind of a bummer for him because he realizes that he's truly alone and he doesn't have a family or parents to look forward to as much as he was hoping to find his parents. That was kind of the driving point in the beginning of this season. The beginning of the series was him trying to find a home or trying to find his parents and find his people, find out who he is. And apparently he's a genetic creation by a Federation scientist. So that was pretty shocking and kind of sad. You feel sorry for the guy. But he does have a family already, the crew of the Protostar. And the other bombshell we got in this episode, which was saved until the very last possible second, which was really cool and really unexpected. It turns out a member of the real Janeway's crew is actually a member of the Diviner species in disguise. At first I thought, oh, is this his daughter who somehow came from the future as well? Nope, just a member of their species, of their people, who was also apparently sent back in time to prevent first contact and whatever. And she brought a familiar face. Dreadnought is back as well, voiced by Jimmy Simpson, the big, scary robot who was supposedly defeated earlier this season, but now is back in his full, shape-shifting, terrifying form. And Diviner doesn't even seem to remember him. Like, he really has lost his memory. He didn't recognize Dreadnought, and he didn't recognize the girl who's a member of his own species as well, and who's slipped into the real Janeway's ship and is also as desperate to find the Protostar as Starfleet is. Oh, God, speaking of Starfleet, one of my absolute least favorite characters from the franchise unfortunately made his return to this to the show. Well, he never was in the show until now. The one, the only Admiral Jellicoe is back. Yay! Said no one ever. Oh my God, if you looked up the biggest prick in Star Trek history, you would see his face under search results, because that guy was an asshole. I did not like that two-part episode in Next Generation. First off, I hated seeing Picard tortured like that. That was hard to sit through. Secondly, I fucking hated Admiral Jellicoe. Ronnie Cox does such an amazing job playing such an unlikable, hateful character. And I love Ronnie Cox is great. You know, I just dislike the character he plays. I want to make that crystal clear. Oh, God, he's back. And, of course, the real Janeway has to deal with him. And just as frustrating as ever. So glad to have you back, sir. It stressed me out, seriously. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. It was still fun and amusing. I guess that's it for Okana for now. God, he just up and abandoned him like that. Unbelievable. At least they were able to cure Dahl of his afflictions, his genetic afflictions, or at least get him back under control before it could fully change him permanently. So at least there was that. And they fixed their ship as well. Oh, and the Romulans. How cool to see the Tal Shiar in animated form. That was an unexpected treat. I really enjoyed them. They're just as badass and action-packed in animation as they are in live action. Or at least I think they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Prodigy as much as I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode review. Star Trek Prodigy drops new episodes every Thursday on Paramount Plus. Have an awesome rest of your night, everyone. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, live long and prosper.